Hello, everybody, and welcome to Intro Psych. I'm Dr. Williams, and I'm going to be your professor for this semester online. I am open up to the Start Here menu. So when you go into Plato, if you click on Start Here, this is where it will bring you. And this is really just an overview to the course as a whole, some things to be working on your first week of classes, and just getting yourselves prepped and ready to go for a successful semester. So this is the first place to be. Once you have access to the class, you can get in here, which will be on Monday, the first week that classes start, the 25th. So you'll be able to get in and see all of this here. So what I've done in the Start Here menu is I've just parked a bunch of information and resources for you to use, and you'll probably be referring to these throughout the semester. So this is just a good place to know what's here. Even if you don't use it right away, you can come back to it later on in the semester. So I've put a little to-do list on how to get started with the class. This is in addition to the content I'll be posting for your first week. So here are the weeks going along the side here. Week 1 has all your material that you'll be needing for the class in week 1. But the Start Here menu has more general information that kind of goes along with that. So the first thing to do would be to look over and maybe print out the syllabus, which I've attached down here. Here we go, right there. Make sure you carefully read that over. It's got everything in there that you need to know for the class. It's got the schedule of what's going to be happening each week in the class, what is due, so all the due dates and all of that. It is tentative, so things may shift slightly as we progress through the semester, but I really try to stick to the syllabus as carefully as I can without interruption. So, take a look at that. If you have questions about the syllabus, now would be a great time to ask those questions before you really start diving into any material. If you haven't already, go ahead and purchase your textbooks ASAP. The textbooks that I've selected for the class are e-texts, so you will not, if you go to the bookstore, you will not see physical book copies on the shelves. You'll see a placard, a placeholder that you can grab and take up to the register. And what you will be doing is getting an access code to access the main text, Psychology by Pearson, as well as another text called 40 Studies That Changed Psychology by Roger Hawk. These are both e-texts, and so you will be getting an access code to access those online, but that gives you immediate access once you purchase the access code. You don't have to wait for your books to come in the mail. One of the biggest struggles with COVID has been obviously mail and receiving things on time, and I really don't want any of you to have a delay in getting your textbooks on time. So I would recommend purchasing the access codes through the bookstore, which is very comparable to any e-text options you're going to find elsewhere online through a third party. In addition to access to the main text and this text, the main text comes with ancillary supplies, so additional materials that will help you through the class, and they're through Revel, which is just a program used by the publisher, Pearson, that gives you access to practice quizzes, flashcards, notes, videos, all kinds of different resources that you're going to want to have available to you throughout the course. So Revel has its own access code. Okay, so you're getting a code that's going to give you access to not only the e-text, but also the Revel resources. And so the ISBN number is unique to that. So the information that I've given you here is the information that will get you access to the e-text and Revel. If you go and purchase this book somewhere else, you may not have that. Okay, so you really need to be careful If you have any questions about that, please email me or feel free to call the bookstore. They have all the current information on file and they can help you out with your book needs. So all the info for your textbooks is here, so please don't delay on getting those. If you're not familiar with Play-Doh, now's a good time to navigate and get familiar with Play-Doh. You're going to want to know what's in each of these tabs here, your grades, where to post discussions, how to get a hold of me. Any announcements would be opened right away when you click into the class. It opens to the announcements page, so you'll always see those. I often post announcements about extra credit opportunities or any changes to the syllabus. So just be aware that I post those pretty regularly. I also email out any announcements to you, so those you would get straight to your email. If you're having any issues or need help with Play-Doh issues, you can go here to Play-Doh Help and Resources. You can always submit a help ticket. So if Play-Doh is doing something weird, you're not getting access to your classes, I can't help you with that. Only the CIT department can help you with that. They're the ones that deal with all things Play-Doh. So please, any issues, please go here and check that out to get those situated and handled. Information about logging into Revel once you've purchased your books is there. I also put my bio here, just a little bit about me. If you took a class with me in person, you know, I would tell you all of this on the first day. You'd get a chance to kind of get to know me a little bit, but we're online. So here you go. Here is a nice bio for you. And I'm also going to post in there with it a link, which you can click right here to get the link just to watch a welcome video from me. So I've included a little welcome video just to say hi to you and welcome you to the semester. Check out any other resources I've posted for you below. So once we've passed through all of the textbook stuff and logging into Revel, here's where you get to some resources. I've attached a PDF of Chapter 1 of the main textbook to get you started on your reading. You'll also see that posted in the Week 1 folder. So I've put it in both places, but that'll help get you started on your reading if you don't have your books as of day 1. I've put information on how to do a discussion board posting. Those will start in Week 2. So please, again, use this first week of classes to get acquainted with everything. You'll want to check out the discussion board rubric, which outlines for you how to do a discussion board post, what exactly I'm looking for in those posts, and then you'll want to look at the syllabus for appropriate due dates on your discussion board postings. That information's also going to be in Week 1 as well, so you can check it out there. But I've set the semester up so that you're always doing an original post to questions that I pose, and then you're commenting on other people's posts. So I'll have more info about that in Week 1, but go ahead and check out the rubric now. And I even did a podcast here that you can listen to that describes a little bit more in detail about how to do a discussion board post. I also have some information about citations. In psychology, we use APA formatted citations. So anytime you're taking information from one of your textbooks, you want to cite where it's coming from. And you want to do it in APA format, which is really simple and really easy, and it's also used by many other disciplines. But it is a little different from MLA, which you've learned in English. So you can check out these instructions. It's a one-page document. Great to print it out and have it with you. If you keep a psych notebook or binder, put that in there just so you have it handy, because you will be held to the expectation that you'll be citing in APA format anytime you reference information in one of your posts. You'll want to cite appropriately. I also have some info on online learning if this is new to you. Or maybe you're just still struggling with so many classes being online now. There's some great resources here that I found really helpful just reading through. So put those in there for you. How to craft an email to me. I think my biggest pet peeve is when students email me and they either don't tell me who they are or they don't tell me what class they're in. I have 4 classes online, so I have over 100 students this semester. So you got to tell me when you email me who you are and what class you're in. So that will help me very easily assess what it is you need and where to go for that information, rather than having to look things up takes a lot longer. So, just make sure that when you email me, you do it in a professional manner, as any of your professors, hopefully. I've also put a bunch of resources that are on campus for you that you might find useful and or need during the school semester. There's some different policies, WSU policies about plagiarism and academic honesty. So check those out. And then there's some resources on taking multiple choice tests, which is what you'll be doing in my class, as well as note taking and reading tips that will help you out with working your way through the lecture slides, working your way through the readings, and knowing how to take appropriate notes, which a lot of students assume they know how to do. But each class is different. You don't take notes in psychology like you take notes in math or history or even English. So I would recommend checking this out to see kind of what those are. And then there's just some different resources, high school versus college differences. If you're a freshman and you're still kind of getting used to the college format and all of that, this is very helpful, kind of expectations and how things differ a little bit. Always good to be wise in understanding those differences. All right, so that's pretty much everything that's in the Start Here menu. Again, take some time during the first week of classes and work through that material. Check out all of those resources. I don't give you a ton of stuff to do your first week of classes. We don't even dive into real readings or material until week 2. And I do that on purpose. I do that to give you plenty of time to get acquainted with the class, the structure, the deadlines, the due dates, getting all the kind of issues hashed out and worked out, making sure that you're logging in and knowing where to go and what to click and all of that good stuff. So, and it's also a great time to email me with any questions that you might have for the class and work out any of those kinks before we get started. So I look forward to a great semester with all of you, and I look forward to getting to know you. Thanks, everybody.